What if I told you that a basketball-sized metal sphere emitting a beep 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 from space created such panic in America that it accidentally launched us to the moon? Stick around, because this story proves that sometimes the best things happen when you're scared out of your mind. October 4th, 1957, at 10:29 p.m. Moscow time, the Soviet Union launches a polished metal sphere into space. It's 23 inches wide. It weighs 184 pounds. It has 4 antennas sticking out like whiskers. And it does exactly one thing. It goes beep. Beep, beep, beep. Every 90 minutes, this little satellite circles the entire Earth, broadcasting its radio signal to anyone with the right equipment. Amateur radio operators across America tune in, and what they hear terrifies them. Because that beep isn't just a sound, it's a message. It's the Soviet Union saying, we can put things in space, and if we can put a satellite up there, we can put a nuclear weapon up there too. America goes into full panic mode. The New York Times published 279 articles about Sputnik in just 25 days. That's more than 11 articles per day. Front page, every single day. The Soviets are ahead. We're losing the space race. America is now a second-rate power. But here's where the story gets interesting. President Dwight Eisenhower, he's not panicking. In fact, he's secretly pleased. You see, Eisenhower has been worried about international law. Can countries fly satellites over other nations without permission? What are the rules in space? Nobody knows yet. And America is planning to launch spy satellites soon. So when the Soviets go first and nobody shoots their satellite down, Eisenhower smiles. They just established freedom of space for him. They did America a favor. The Soviets just set the precedent that makes American spy satellites legal. However, the American public is unaware of this. They're terrified, and the media continues to fuel that fear. Congress demands answers. Schools panic about falling behind Soviet education. Parents worry about their children's future. And then November 3rd happens. The Soviets launch Sputnik 2. This one weighs 1,120 pounds, 6 times the weight of the first. And it carries a passenger, a dog named Laika, the first living creature in space. Now America is really freaking out. If the Soviets can send a dog to space, they can send anything. The pressure mounts. Everyone's watching. America needs to respond. December 6, 1957, Cape Canaveral, Florida. America's moment to answer the Soviets has arrived. The rocket is called Vanguard. The satellite weighs just 3.5 pounds compared to Sputnik's 184. But it's something. It's America's entry into the space race. The countdown begins. The cameras roll. This is being broadcast live on national television. Millions of Americans watch. The rocket ignites. It rises 4 feet, just 4 feet off the ground. And then the engine fails. The Vanguard falls back onto the launch pad and explodes in a massive fireball. Live, on, national, television, America's humiliation is complete. Newspapers around the world have a field day. They call it Swapnik, Kaputnik, Stayputnik. Strike 3. The Soviets could do nothing wrong. The Americans could do nothing right. The nation is in crisis. But then something remarkable happens. That fear, that embarrassment, that national crisis, it becomes America's most excellent motivator. An astronomer named John Jeffries later remembered the week after Sputnik went up, we were digging ourselves out of this avalanche of money that suddenly descended. Money for science, money for education, money for research. Congress created NASA in 1958. The National Defense Education Act pumps billions into schools. Science funding explodes. Engineering programs multiply. A full generation of kids decides to become scientists and engineers because they heard that beep. Just 4 months after the Vanguard disaster, America successfully launched Explorer 1 on January 31st, 1958. It's smaller than Sputnik, but it goes deeper into space. And it carries real scientific instruments that discover the Van Allen radiation belts. The space race is on, and America, driven by fear and national pride, doesn't just catch up, it also leads the way. Over the next 12 years, they leap ahead. Apollo 8 orbits the moon. Apollo 11 lands on it. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface. 12 years after a tiny Soviet satellite went beep, beep, beep and scared America into action. That little metal sphere, that simple beeping sound, that moment of national embarrassment, they became the spark that ignited humanity's most excellent adventure. Sometimes the best motivation is fear. Sometimes failure teaches more than success. And sometimes being second place at the start means you get to learn from someone else's mistakes before you take the lead. Eisenhower was right to smile. That beep wasn't a threat. It was an invitation to a race that would push human achievement further than anyone imagined possible. What's a moment in your life when fear or failure pushed you to achieve something you never thought possible? Share your own Sputnik moment in the comments below. I'd love to hear how panic became your most excellent teacher. And if you're loving these stories about how history's scary moments became turning points, you've found your community. Hit that subscribe button and join History Sparks. We're uncovering the surprising truth behind the moments that changed everything. Every video reveals how yesterday's crisis became today's triumph. Thanks for exploring the stars with me today. I'll see you in the following story. And remember, sometimes the best things start with a beat that makes everyone panic.